What's up, guys? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 17 of the Game Plan Pod. I'm Peter.
I'm Vincent.
And I'm Henry.
Let's get into this week's episode. P.S. You could always watch Season 1 and listen on Season 2 on Spotify.
All right, starting us off, postseason baseball is finally here. And, finally, after stressful months of New York Mets baseball, they made it on the last day of the regular season, of course. They took Game 1 of the doubleheader in a wild contest right there.
That was the best game I've ever watched.
That was crazy.
In the last 5 years of Mets baseball.
Down 3-0, winning 6-3, down 7-6.
First, he puts in Diaz for the 5-out save when he played yesterday. Why would you not keep in Maton? And that was questionable by
the thing
Mendoza. And then Diaz almost blows it, gets out of the inning somehow, but still gives up 4 runs, down 1. And then you obviously have Lindor hitting the 2-run shot in the 9th to go up.
He only got charged 2 because it was Maton that gave on those first 2 runners.
Oh.
But
so now, let me ask you guys a question.
But Lindor saved their season.
As a Yankee fan here, as the outcast, as the outlier, what's the furthest you guys realistically see the Mets going? Realistically, that's
obviously
different than want. Like the Giants, I can see the Giants winning the Super Bowl. That's not happening. I can barely see them making the playoffs.
Look, what's
the realistic thing?
Obviously,
World Series.
Obviously, our want is the World Series. If my want would be the World Series,
because you guys are gonna have to get through the Dodgers, the Philly, whoever it is.
If I had to be realistic, I think they can make it to the second round at least. If I had to be realistic right now, because obviously they're not.
Because your bracket says otherwise.
Well, yeah, if they win the first round,
significantly otherwise.
If they win the first round, I think they go on to play Philly first, and that's gonna be. And Philly, obviously, we know performs very well in postseason, but realistically, I can see them making the second, maybe the championship series. Do I want? Obviously, I'm gonna want them to win the World Series.
Your guys' championship path is in a perfect world. Brewers, Philly, Dodgers.
Well, Dodgers, Braves, or Padres out of those 3 who make it from the
Dodgers. Let's be real here.
Here goes my take. If we win 2 out of 2 games, if we sweep the Brewers in the
You're not sweeping the Brewers.
All right, if we make it past the wild card, I've had this feeling since August. This team can make a World Series.
No, we can't.
I don't care.
If they play the way they played in August, then if they play the way they played post deadline and in August,
this team has nothing.
Has a legit problem.
The only thing keeping this team alive is Lindor. This team has nothing to go win a World Series. You guys are going to get cooked in one game by Phil. I think you guys
have the best team chemistry in the league.
That's a lie.
Who has better chemistry than
us? New York Yankees have best hitters. And we're the best team in the league. We're the best team. Why are you laughing? We're the
I'm
best
talking about team chemistry.
Team chemistry.
We
have the 2 best team chemistry.
I'm afraid.
Hold on, real quick.
By
far, you guys literally were 0-20 at one point almost. We have the AL MVP and we have the runner-up and the runner-up. What do you mean? What does that have to do with chemistry?
Look at me.
We had the best outfield in the league by a mile.
Wait. I'm going to be realistically honest. I'm scared of 3 people in your lineup. Judge, Soto, and Stanton.
You know who I'm scared of in your lineup? Nobody. Literally nobody. I'm not scared of anybody in the Mets lineup.
I'm telling you.
Pete Alonso isn't any. I'm not scared of him. What am I scared of Pete Alonso for? He bats 200 and gets 1 homer per 10 at bats. The only person that can actually, and you know that's the truth.
He's been terrible. He hasn't been clutch this year.
And the only person that's good is Lindor. That's it.
No, Vientos, he's been good.
Oh my God.
Lindor, Vientos, and Nimmo has to come through he did yesterday.
And Alvarez.
So you're not scared of Chisholm, who had a 20-30 season?
Oh, and Chisholm, my bad. I forgot about Chisholm there. I've completely forgot about Chisholm.
Dominguez is going to... Dominguez is so good, but all you need is Judge, Rizzo.
Rizzo's hurt.
Not Rizzo. Judge, Soto, Volpe sucks. Verdugo sucks.
Judge and Soto have to carry.
Stanton.
Chisholm has been on a tear since he joined the Yankees. I did forget about him.
Chisholm's been so good. Oh, Wells. Wells has been unbelievably. He's probably going to win AL Rookie of the Year.
I think that the
best. Let's be real here. The Dodgers are winning the World Series.
No.
Yes, they are.
Something's gonna happen.
I don't know. I never. Every time someone bets on the Dodgers to win the World Series, I just seem like It just seems like they always collapse.
I just don't feel it, bro. The Dodgers, like, obviously they're heavy favorites this year, but I just don't feel it.
If the Mets had like another good pitcher and another good position player,
dude, we have underrated pitchers.
You know they might get Saint if we make
Snag is not coming back.
No,
he's not coming back.
It's true. After a while, there's possible NLDS.
He's not coming back.
Has he pitched all this season?
He's not coming
back.
Pitched
once, and he actually had a good outing.
Pitched one game.
Yeah, and then he was.
I was watching your Frank the Tank crash out earlier, and it was like, he's never gonna be the same. He's never gonna be the same.
I love Frank.
It actually makes sense.
I love Frank.
He's not coming back.
I don't know.
We have underrated Sevy,
Peterson.
Peterson,
Coming from a Yankees fan, Sevy
and Quintana has been good.
Sevy can like go from 0 to hero and back from hero to 0 in a second.
That is true.
That is true.
So true.
I can't disagree with
that. I thought you hated Sean Manaea.
No. No. So I didn't like.
Go back to like before the season.
When the season started,
was going crazy.
Before the season. I didn't think Sean Manaea was going to be that good.
He's out 3.4.
Now he's been.
But the way he
stepped up.
The Yankees have.
The way he stepped up, it's unbelievable.
I'm not saying the Yankees have a World Series caliber rotation because they don't. I mean, Cole is pitching.
Can I be one signing you got? Marcus Stroman.
Oh my God.
Awful.
You know who's
awful
worse?
Signing.
You know who's worse? I mean, it wasn't a sign, but you know who's worse?
Verdugo?
Somehow Cortez. I'm not saying as a pitcher.
Cortez?
I'm not saying it's a signing. I'm just saying it's a pitcher in general. Yeah. Somehow worse.
Like
our pitching staff is horrible.
Like
I mean, it's really bad.
When you signed Stroman, did you expect him to be good at least? Yes or no?
Did you expected? Yeah, I mean, he was good. He was really good in Chicago.
The same way with me. I thought when we signed Manaea, I was like, all right, I don't like the signing much. He doesn't prove himself as a starting pitcher. But this year,
Manaea definitely.
Okay, but Stroman's a lot different than Manaea, who Stroman has been a star. Manaea was never a star. Now Stroman got moved to the bullpen. It sucks. Our rotation isn't good. But my point is that your rotation is probably worse. But our team makes up for it. I don't think your team is good enough to make up for the potential bad game of pitching. I mean, yes, anybody can have a good game pitching. That's just the reality. Like, Cole can go out when our first game and pitch a no-hitter. It's not going to happen, but he could. Same for today. Who's pitching for you guys?
Today?
Yeah.
Sevy versus Peralta.
Okay, right. So Sevy. Sevy can have a fantastic outing.
Manaea's the game, too.
But, like, your team pitching just overall is not that strong. But I don't think the players make up for it.
You know what? A big loss to our pitching staff was Nunez. That was a big loss. Nunez was great when he came up. He was a sub-3 ERA. He's been unbelievable strikeout machine, and he got an injury, speedy recovery for him. But that's a big loss for the bullpen.
Wasn't he really good?
Christian, he was a little like he was still adjusting. He only made 9 starts. Now he's getting Tommy John like.
What's your rotation?
I think time. So right now our rotation
Sevy,
Manaea,
Peterson.
No, I think it's gonna be Quintana game 3 if that's a forced game 3. Then Peterson game 1 of the NLDS. If
you're telling me you're confident in that, I'm not confident. You want to hear the Yankees?
Look,
we have my 3 least favorite players in the Yankees, all pitching. Clark Schmidt is my least favorite Yankee player of all time. He's in the rotation. Cortez, horrible. Actually, no.
Rodon?
Gil, and then it would be Cole, Rodon, Gil. Love all 3, and then after game 3, you just should expect 2 losses.
But
that's the only problem.
Look,
I'm not worried about the pitching for the Mets. What I'm worried about is if we get into a slump, like we need to catch on fire. The Mets, like we did this season. If we get in slumps.
Per Frank the Tank, you guys have no heart and you guys are putrid. What are your responses to that?
What
are your responses to that?
Lose one game. This team has no soul.
It was so fun.
Is that true though? I've never watched a Met game.
No, because he goes
ranting about.
Only when they lose. He just says every negative thing in the book. Yeah, obviously.
But he does it also for publicity. Obviously, he that's his character.
That's just who he is. I've learned. I was watching some video
that's
today.
Him. Wait. When Lindor, did you guys see the video of when Lindor hit the 2? Wait, you saw that? No, he was happy, but he was in shock. He was just sitting there like he couldn't know how to express because I don't think because always obviously he said the Mets Mets make you miserable, so obviously he didn't know how to react to a happy moment, I guess. But
I thought that he was just expecting a loss coming in the next days.
Honestly,
I just thought that
he probably
was not happy to win just because he's gonna get disappointed in the future. That's just what I was thinking when he was gonna say.
But here's what the Mets need to win to make it out of the wild card at least.
Bro, the World Series is crazy though. That's crazy.
Let me tell you what the Mets need. They need Diaz to be strong in the ninth, which he's been a roller coaster every year. But
so he's gonna pitch 3 days in a row. Hold on. So he's gonna pitch 3 days in a row.
That's what I'm saying.
Might have to.
He said he's preparing to.
That's really bad.
Only the ninth.
He's gonna give it all because he can. When he's good, he's good. Like besides like 1 or 2 rough games he had last week. Like in the last couple of weeks, he's had like a sub-1 ERA. It's been nuts. We need that. We need the veterans coming clutch. Winker's playing today. He's coming off an injury. He needs to get a hit.
Yeah.
Iglesias, I mean, he's a star of the team. He needs. I mean, he's on a 21-game hitting streak.
22
game hitting.
Jose Iglesias. He's the guy that does OMG.
Yeah, him and Alonso. I mean, Alonso
has to step up.
In my opinion, Alonso is the X factor of the Mets right now. If he gets on fire,
then it changes. It changes the line. Same with Nimmo. If Nimmo,
I'm not worried about. Nimmo drives in 90 RBIs this season, and even though he's had bad hitting streaks, he's like might be my favorite Met.
Yeah, Nimmo obviously is hard.
I want to ask you guys a question. You guys lose today.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the rest of the wild
card? Still confident.
I still think we can take.
Depending on how bad the loss is.
Yeah, if we lose like 8-0, if we lose like 8-0,
season's over.
Then this is over. But if it's like a 5-4 game we lose, I'm still confident this team will win maybe the next game, obviously. But my thing with Nimmo, obviously his average was very below than what he usually bats. But still, in the moment we needed him yesterday, what did he do?
2-run
shot, absolute destroyed it. Nimmo. And then obviously Lindor the same way. And you're right. If Pete Alonso catches fire, that's the X factor right there. Because then that lineup is so much better if he's able to start hitting the home runs like he did for the first couple years of his Mets tenure. Like this year, he didn't even touch.
Vincent is right. It does say on ESPN, Kodai Senga estimated return date.
I know. I saw that too, but he's not coming back.
I think he's facing live batters.
He just can't.
He's facing live batters.
I don't see it.
He made 1 rehab start. Don't forget about that. And
the Mets lineup today.
How do I see the lineup?
The Mets lineup today is Lindor, Iglesias, and Nimmo. Those are the 3 most important guys on the team. Now, then you have 2 X factors. Viento's complete X factor the entire season.
Hold on, pause.
They wouldn't be here
Jake
without him.
Bowers? What?
Ex-Yankee.
Yeah, he's on the
You're
Brewers.
Kidding.
Yeah, you guys traded him to the Brewers.
Having a really good season.
Vientos, who lit them up this season. I mean, he is the third base of the future.
Oh, this team sucks. Not you guys. This team sucks.
Yeah, but the thing with
the Brewers,
they're not bad, bro. They're managed well.
Based off their stats,
they have it. The only reason why it looks bad is because obviously Yelich is out because he's out for the year.
Bro, it looks horrible.
But realistically, they're still a good team. What's the lineup
really
for the Brewers?
Bad.
Read the lineup for the Brewers.
I don't even know who. I don't want to. Bryce Terang.
All right.
I mean, I don't know.
Look, I think the Brewers are still a good team. I really do. Because obviously they won their division. And I'm not going to discount them where they came from, but they're a good team, and that's it. This is the lineup: Bryce Terang, Jackson Chourio, who's been a great rookie
Wilson
season.
Contreras.
William Contreras.
William Contreras.
Garrett Mitchell.
No, look.
Willie Adames, Jake Bowers, Reese Hoskins, Matt Killer, Sal Frelick, and Joey Ortiz. This lineup's not bad. It obviously doesn't look as good with Christian Yelich in it, I feel, but it's not their fault that they lost him to an injury. And still, they're a good team.
The Mets haven't doubted from the beginning, even by their own fans. I mean, going to the season, absolutely no one had the Mets making the playoffs. Absolutely no one. First 5 games of the season, 0-5. People stopped going to the games. It's even Mets fans counted them out. Even halfway through the season, Mets fans counted them out down 11 games below 500. And now, I mean, look at where you are.
Bless you.
You made it so far with Mendoza as a rookie coach. It's just incredible. And despite what happens in the wild card, obviously, in my mind, I think they are able to make the World Series, but even if they don't, it's
still
completely
it's
successful.
still
Hold on. I would like to change my take. The Brewers are a horrible team. I have the Mets in 2. Sorry, 3.
Mets in 2.
Wow.
I was about to say.
Mets in 3.
Look,
still get wiped by Philly, but
I think Philly's overrated.
This Brewers team, I mean, am I going based off of statistics?
Yeah, but
yes.
the Brewers have owned us this season.
It's not even like I don't know these guys' names. Like, this is when your leadoff is hitting 250.
No,
that's really. Vincent, that's really bad.
The thing is that they have Jackson Chirinos, who's a great promising.
That isn't even there. That's not there. That's
I know.
The leadoff.
I'm leading. William Contreras is a great catcher, offensively and defensively. Adames is great defensively and offense. They have a good team.
Pitching?
It's Freddie Peralta.
Oh yeah.
Sevy versus Freddie
he's
Peralta.
all right.
Yeah, no, but he's good. He's their ace.
Yeah.
He's their ace. But
the problem with the Mets, Corey Senga was supposed to be the ace.
I have no idea
who's
going to win today now.
Senga was supposed to be the ace of the year. We don't have an ace anymore. That's the problem.
Hey, Houston's losing. Actually, I actually kind of want to face them one last time.
Because you want to beat them?
One last time.
But
what do you mean one last time?
Because he wants to beat them. Every year they face them.
They're going to be terrible after this year. They're done.
Yeah,
this is their last year
of a contending, probably because they won the division with only 88 wins.
That's terrible.
But
they started the season off horribly, like
yeah. And what I have to say is that I think this is, if the Mets do go on a run, it could be a really fun one. But if it does end in the wild card, I have to admit this is a year no one expected. Obviously, if you remember what Max Scherzer said last year after getting traded, Mets are viewing 2024 as a transitional year. From viewing that it seems like they're waving the white flag already, to winning 89 games and making the wild card, I think it's a pretty big improvement.
Dude, I saw somewhere like before the season that they're expecting to contend in like 2026.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're in the wild card at 2020, a year later.
Crazy.
Not contend, but compete.
You guys need a lot of work. You guys' team, it's just too young.
It's really young, but that's good. You want young with some veterans. You don't want too old.
You need playoff experience and making
it out of this. You got Lindor in that. That's where you get Lindor, because don't forget he had that run with Cleveland.
Lindor rallied the squad.
Exactly.
If you guys make it out of the first round, that's huge. Make it out of the wild card, that's huge for the franchise.
Yeah.
Just in general.
And look, if it ends during the wild card, I have to say I enjoyed the season a lot. I did enjoy, from what it started to where we're at now, it was a very fun season. All right, heading on over to the NBA. The Knicks recently made a blockbuster trade for Cat on the Minnesota Timberwolves for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. It's a 3-team trade, including the Charlotte Hornets, which, surprisingly, this came out of nowhere, I have to be honest. It was a shocking trade. Trading DiVincenzo was a shocker. Randall, we heard trade rumors over the whole offseason, but this late in the offseason, it really is a shocker.
They also gave up. It's not that valuable, but they gave up Detroit's first-round pick.
Yep.
But it's not.
It's a guarantee. Apparently, it's not a second. Apparently, it could be a second.
It could be a second-round pick.
It's not. It's not guaranteed because it's protected.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
So it could be a top 2 protected. It depends on the trade, but I think it's a top 10 protected, which means if it falls in the top 10, Detroit keeps the pick. So the Knicks don't even get it if they're gonna be bottom 10.
What I saw today was that at the draft they offered Mitchell Robinson and Randall for Cat. That's what they offered. Yeah,
at first, that. Mitchell Robinson.
They offered Robinson and Randall for Cat.
See, I would have been better. I would have been more okay with that.
One of the Knicks accounts.
Oh.
With affiliation with ESPN.
See, wow. I would have been more okay with that than giving up DiVincenzo.
That would have been so good because honestly, I might like Sims better than Mitchell Robinson just because he can actually stand. Just because let me talk. I'm not saying he's better. God, that is the worst. How is that bad take? He can't stay on the court. He can't stay on the court.
Sims is not good.
I never said he was good.
But then
he can't stay on the court.
But
when's the last time that Robinson has played a fully healthy season?
Dude, I know he's injury prone.
No.
Jericho Sims is the worst center in the NBA.
He's completely injury prone.
But that's why they trade. That's why they trade.
Right. So would you rather have DiVincenzo remain on your team or have Jericho Sims be your backup center?
I think I would rather have DiVincenzo.
They would have to get.
Or no, that would actually. No,
Right,
sorry.
I mean, I would
you rather have Mitchell Robinson be your backup center or DiVincenzo remain on the team?
I'd keep DiVincenzo.
Right,
I put Precious at center.
Okay, it doesn't
or
matter.
Sign at center.
Okay,
look,
Mitchell Robinson, he's good when he plays, but he doesn't play.
If they get,
I don't care how good you are. Like CMC, for example, right? That's actually a prime example. You have him in fantasy.
Yep, I do.
He's the best running back in football when healthy.
Not even close.
When healthy.
It's close, but
it's when healthy.
Yeah.
He's never healthy. It's not a crazy take.
Well, not last year he was healthy.
It's not a crazy take for like the Niners to say like maybe in the future, like down the road, we want, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a mid running back like
Eckler.
No, like Brian Robinson. It's not crazy to say that like they would prefer Brian Robinson over McCaffrey down the road because McCaffrey can't stay on the field. It's the same thing. I mean,
he has tendonitis. He has tendonitis or
both legs.
Achilles tendonitis in both legs, which is crazy.
But it's the same thing with Robinson. You can stay on the court.
Yeah.
So I understand getting Cat.
Mitchell Robinson's ceiling is like very high for center. Like he could play insane defense and just be a monster.
But his problem is he can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy.
He can't.
And that's where the factor is, like giving away
He's
DiVincenzo.
also 7 feet tall.
DiVincenzo was clutch with the threes, so like that's a big loss. I feel like, in my opinion, I think like, does it maybe mess up the team chemistry a little bit with Nova Knicks? No,
they're not gonna mess up. They still have the best chemistry in the NBA.
I think they have such a great, but losing DiVincenzo, I think losing DiVincenzo was a big loss. I really do. It was.
I still think they won the trade.
I think they won the trade only because I think Randall's going to be terrible in Minnesota.
I think they won the trade as well.
The problem is
him and Ed
is going to be. They're going to be fighting.
Terrible.
They're literally going to be fighting.
Terrible.
They're literally going to be fighting.
Randall can't play without the ball.
Without the ball in his hands.
He can't.
Randall likes that. He's like a ball hog. That's what he is.
He's a ball hog.
He's a ball hog.
And he can be really. Okay, Randall. When Randall's hot,
he doesn't pass. He doesn't pass.
When Randall's hot, Randall's insane. When Randall is when he's hot. Problem is, like, there were some games where I just saw him go like 4 for 17 from the field. Like that is a very.
As much as I love Randall, his time in New York was done anyway. Yeah. He's a hothead. He's not getting the ball with Brunson and McCall, and he can't play. He can't play without the ball in his hands.
McCall has so much pressure on him. I feel bad for him.
He's injury prone.
I feel bad for McCall.
Randall's injury prone.
He has so much pressure on him. If he's not good, we're screwed. Like,
he's not going to be bad.
He's going to be good.
But like, if he doesn't, if he's not good,
he's going to have 20 at least.
He should average 20.
I like the trade because it solidifies New York as like a super team.
Yeah.
And even though
it solidifies New York to have a bottom 5 bench as well.
Even though I'm very concerned about the depth of the Knicks, I mean,
if they stay healthy, they're scary.
Brunson, McCall, OG, Hart, and
McBride on the bench.
And even
I keep forgetting about OG.
I saw this post about some guy and had an opinion that in the playoffs, if you want to have Cat at the 4 and Mitchell at the 5 starting and have Hart come off the bench too, they could do that too. Because the last 2 years with Gobert, Cat played the power forward.
Yeah,
that's why I'm most concerned. Like, can he defend these big guys? That's why maybe you want Mitchell at the 5 to guard like Embiid in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Cat is Embiid's father. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the clip of them fighting, but Cat won.
Yeah.
But I saw some clips saying how Cat defended really, really well against. I don't know why he was guarding Jokic if they have Gobert, but apparently he played really good defense against Jokic in the.
He's a big.
That's a good defensive player. He's good. I think he's
better than Randall by a mile.
My concern is what happened in the playoffs happens during the regular season.